boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Oh, wait a minute. So, what are we going to do tonight? Boneless, skinless chicken thighs. We're going to do a sauteed chicken with peppers and tomatoes, and we're going to serve it with a little, what they call the riso bisi in Italian, that we're going to do somewhat in the style of a risotto, and we're going to use the leftover rice that I had last night that I didn't even refrigerate, because sometimes I do that. Anyway, this is going to take a little while to cook, so if I don't talk a lot during it, it's because I just want to get it prepped and get it going, because I don't know if these chicken thighs are going to cook in the amount of time. So that's generally my most romantic line that I can use in any kind of romantic encounter is, if I don't talk a lot during this, it's because I want to get it over with. Anyway, let's get on with it. Our pan is hot. I turned it on yesterday. Boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I don't use boneless, skinless chicken breasts for very much. Holy shit! Did you see that? I almost cut my hand off. That would have been cool. Anyway, I don't use boneless, skinless breasts too much because they just don't have a lot of flavor. They're good for poaching and shredding and using them for salads and stuff like that. And there are some uses for them, but generally I stick with thighs. Okay? Pan's hot. Into the pan. Now, regular red bell pepper out of the garden. These are what are called Cubanol peppers, and most of these come from the Dominican Republic, and they can be used as a substitution for poblanos, and they're a pretty mild chili. This is a banana pepper. Now, the flavor profile on this, it can range from mild to spicy depending on its maturity. So whenever you're not sure, I always do recommend just kind of biting a little piece. And this is pretty mild. Cherry peppers. These are generally no bigger than about an inch and usually somewhat mild. So all of these are a fairly mild chili. This is not a spicy dish, even though the chilies are very prevalent. So, our chicken's browning in the pan. Onions, garlic, fresh basil and oregano from the garden. Let's check these out. Might get done. Gonna let those keep browning. Then we're gonna prep all our veg, okay? This is where I get impressive. Garlic. Sliced. Okay? You with me? No? Okay, well, it's your loss. Onion. Diced. And we're going to do somewhat of a large dice on it, okay? About a ½ inch-ish. Oh, the hell with it. We'll throw the whole onion in there. I mean, what am I going to do with half an onion? Let's not kid each other. Okay? Let's check out our chicken. Yeah, got a little bit brown. You know, good enough. Into our pan with our onions. This is really fast. The only thing that might take a while is the cooking of the chicken. And then we're just going to kind of move our chicken around and set it on top of our onions a little bit and let the onions start to caramelize in the olive oil. Our cherry peppers. You can leave the seeds in or you can take them out. I leave them in because I just do. Now these are what you generally see in the, for that pickled chili chopped relish that they put on sandwiches and stuff. It's generally cherry peppers. Into our pan. Our red sweet pepper. This is how I deal with it. Cut the ends off, open it up, and then just Kind of roll it. There you go. Where are these seeds going? You're probably asking yourself. Probably going, Self, where's he putting those damn seeds? Well, they're going on the floor. Okay? We'll just put one of these cubanols in. Rings. And some of our banana pepper. And they look almost identical. In fact, the flavor profiles are fairly similar because the cubanol is a mild one, and this banana pepper happens to be pretty mild too. So that's all right though. Let's get it some heat. Fresh red chili. There. You happy now? Fresh oregano. Whole right in there. Fresh basil. In there. Salt. Up in there and shit. Okay, now we're just going to move our vegetables around and kind of get them sauteing a little bit. We put our chicken on top. Into that, some tomato sauce. You can use crushed tomato. You can even use like the diced tomatoes and stuff. Chicken stock. These thighs are all natural, nice, hormone-free. I bought them anyway. But what we're going to do is just bring that up to a simmer and just let them cook in there. And then I'll show you the accompaniment for it, which is very, very quick, very easy. Let's go ahead and do it. Enough of this talking. Probably sick of me already. Into our pan, some leftover rice that we have. Chicken stock. And we're just going to kind of move that around. Salt. I'm waiting for that back burner to get hot, so I'll meet you back here sometime tomorrow. And that's it for this. Now we're just going to let that simmer and do its thing. Move it around a little bit. I'm running out of time on this, I can tell. I can tell by how I feel. Because once I start losing steam, that means it's about out of time. So once that's getting hot, we're going to toss it around right in our pan. Parmesan cheese. A chunk of butter. And my favorite frozen ingredient, peas. I loves me some frozen peas. And we're just going to kind of toss it around a little bit. Move that to the back now that it's kind of hot so we can work on the rice abisi. Rice abisi, rice and peas. That's all it means. That's all it is, and that's all it means. So while our chicken's simmering, and we might pull this off. Our rice is getting hot. And the cheese is melting, the butter's kind of emulsifying into the stock, kind of creaming it up a little. It's getting its cream on, fool. speed this up a little. Pop a cap on its ass. Okay? Now once you can see it in the pan, and once the bubbles start getting bigger, and this is some way that I use, and I try to tell my cooks this, is you can judge a sauce by the size of the bubble, because as the liquid evaporates, the structure and surface of the bubble actually gets bigger. So now in this, you can kind of just starting to see it get nice and creamy. Ooh. Done. We're going to go ahead and put that on our plate and pretend that the chicken's done. We can give it another minute or two. I actually think it's pretty quick. It's going to be pretty close to being done. So you can see the strings of the cheese in there. You know, nothing says loving like strings of cheese. What you going to do with all that cheese? All that cheese. Anyway, move it back up front so we can deal with it. Turn our thighs over. I'm going to attempt to see the time on here. I'm at 11 minutes. Okay? That means we got 3 minutes to finish. But do I worry? Yes. Absolutely I worry. I worry about everything. Guess what? They're done. You say, there's no way those are done. Watch, okay? I get so tired of having to prove to people they're wrong. They're done. Yep. Now, like the other stuff, we're going to pull it out, let it rest. Let it kind of, except for these, which I'm going to eat tomorrow, so I'm going to let them sit in there. Put them right on top of our rice abisi. Get this chickeny mess out of here. Check it. Take a little salt. Our chili peppers, or our sweet peppers actually. Over. Some of our sauce. Look at the mess I'm making. So I'm shaking. Try to quit smoking. Today was the wrong day. Trust me on that. Clean our plate. Turn everything off. Fresh basil leaves. And there you go. Chicken with peppers and tomato. Rice bisi done in the style of a risotto. Later.